Hey guys, it's MrCrayfish and welcome back to my Redstone tutorials. In this tutorial today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build this painting trap. Now, it's a common technique in Minecraft to use a painting to cover up a door. Now, what people do is they usually put a chest behind it to store their secret items. Now, what I'm doing is abusing this knowledge and making it into a trap instead. So if someone was to find your secret chest behind one of these paintings, now this one is quite obvious, but you can decide whether you want to make it obvious or hidden. Either way, if the player goes inside and sees your chest, when they open up and they notice that you've got an item in there, even if they have the intention to steal or not, as long as they pull the item out of the chest here, they're going to get arrows started firing at them and they're going to have no way to get out because the door closed, and then you're going to be able to steal their items. Now this is a great way to troll your friends and steal their items. Now I'm going to show you guys how to build this now. So the materials you're going to need is 16 redstone dust, 4 redstone torches, 3 redstone repeaters, 3 redstone comparators, 1 dispenser, 1 sticky piston, 1 chest, 1 iron door, 1 painting, and 64 blocks of your choice. So the first thing that we're going to do is place down our door. Now make sure that the hinges of the door face the front of the contraption, so the hinges should be at the front here. We're then going to leave a space and then place our chest down. Behind that chest we're going to get our block, place that behind it, and then we're going to get a redstone comparator and place that behind the block, and then now that's going to detect if there's items in that chest there. We're then going to lead it into a block, which then on either side we're going to put a redstone repeater, and it's going to send out a signal into the sticky piston and the timer. So on this left side here we're going to go one this way and then come back one, lead that into a block, and then on top of that block facing towards the right we're going to place our sticky piston, then place a block in front of the sticky piston like so. On this front face of this block here, place a redstone torch, then we're going to dig out a block below it, and then we're going to dig a line until we get in line with our door here. Then we're going to dig 1 block towards the door, and then place 4 redstone down in that trench. The door should now close. Now you want to get your dispenser, and we want to place it on top of this redstone comparator facing towards the door here. So just make sure you're crouching and then just right click the top of the comparator there, and then it should place it on top and it should face towards us. To the right of this comparator we're going to place 2 blocks. We're then going to put 2 redstone on top and then 1 in front of this repeater here. We're then going to place a piece of redstone dust to the right of this. We're then going to get a redstone repeater, place that facing towards the front, and then set it to a 2-tick delay. A piece of redstone dust after it, then we're going to place a redstone comparator to the left of this redstone here, and it should connect up on the sides into it. Place a piece of redstone dust after the comparator here, then in front of the comparator we're going to place a redstone torch, and then it should now turn on. What we're going to do is get our comparator, or our last comparator here, we're going to place it facing away from the dispenser here, and this is going to detect if there's any arrows in it. We're going to lead that into a block, which then on the right and the left side we're going to place a torch, and then we're going to use our last remaining 4 redstone. We're going to place it under the torch there, and then 1 here so it connects up. We're going to do the same on the other side, 1 here, and then it should connect up with that side. Then finally what we want to do is come to the front here, and you simply want to place your painting on the front of the door here, and you want to make sure you get a 2 high painting, so nope. There we go. And now all you have to do is cover up on the sides here, make this basically your wall. It's probably best to even build this into your wall in the first place, not actually build a wall for it. And also behind here what we want to do is create some walls, so they're basically encapsulated in this little room here. And then also you want to cover that on the top as well. Now one last thing, and almost forgot, you're going to need to right click this comparator here. This is just so the timer will actually work. Now to set this up as a trap, you're going to need to get a valuable item. So I've gotten 3 diamonds, and then you're also going to need some arrows. Now I've gotten 10. Now the contraption will keep firing arrows until there is none left. So if you want to save on arrows, 10 is probably a good number to use. Once they're all gone, the contraption will turn off, and then you can put in another 10 to reset it. Now it doesn't matter if the person has the intention to steal them or not, as long as they pick up the item from the chest, it's going to start firing the arrows. So you first want to place your valuable item in the chest there, and then we're going to come around the back here, and you want to place your 10 arrows in the dispenser here, and now the contraption is live. So if I was to go ahead and take out those diamonds from the chest there, it's going to start firing the arrows at me. Now before I test this out, I'm going to show you guys how this works. Now we have items in that chest there, and basically this comparator here is detecting if there's any items in that chest. Currently there is, so this is actually sending out a signal into this block here. So these comparators, these repeaters on the left and right here, are capturing that signal and sending a signal out of it, which then this here is powering the piston, keeping this dispenser from not being shown on the inside. It's also turning off this torch here, which allows the door at the front here to be open. On the other side, it's basically just sending out a signal so this clock here doesn't tick, and this just stops the arrows from actually firing out. Now if someone takes the items out of the chest, this comparator is going to turn off, which then basically these redstone repeaters lose their signal, which allows the piston to retract, showing the dispenser here. This redstone torch turns on, which then closes the door and stops them from going out. On the other side, fairly obvious, this signal turns off, which then allows this clock here to actually tick. That starts firing the arrows into the room, and then once all the arrows have been dispensed, this comparator here is checking if there's any items inside. If there's none inside, there's going to be no signal coming out here, which then allows these 2 redstone torches to turn on, and then this basically turns off like these 2 repeaters would here if there was a signal going into it. So this would again power the piston, pushing a block in front of the dispenser, and then also on this side here it would turn off this clock here. So I'm going to go ahead and test this out on the easy difficulty. If you're in normal, the arrows are actually going to deal a little bit more damage, but I'm just going to test it out on easy for now. So let's go inside the contraption, let's take out the diamonds, and now we're getting hit by the arrows there, and we're going to die. And now you can see the door has opened once all those arrows have actually been dispensed, and you can go in there and collect your reward from the person that stole your diamonds. So that's going to wrap up this tutorial today, but before I end it off, I get asked a lot in the comment section to create more redstone tutorials. Now maybe you're not aware, but I've actually got a redstone tutorial playlist where you can learn to create over 70 redstone contraptions, and that is growing every time I publish a new redstone contraption. So if you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description, or I'll put a card up on the screen right now. But that's going to end it off. Make sure you hit that like button to show your support for this redstone tutorial series. If you have any ideas for redstone contraptions, let me know down in the comments below, and then also subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my new tutorials. And that's it guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye!